Hey guys, Sundara here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Today is another build video, but we're building 5 different rooms. We are building 5 nurseries for the 5 different occult sims that are in the game. So you have werewolf, alien, spellcaster, mermaid, and vampires. So we're going to build a nursery for each one of those occults as infants, and let's get into it. So first we are going to start with the nursery for the vampire infant. I am using wallpaper from the vampire pack. I go with this one right here in the red. And then I'm just going to go and look for some flooring to see what will work. So I'm just trying out the different types here, trying to figure out if I want it to be dark or not. So I go with this dark wood right here. And I'm putting paint on the outside of all the nurseries. And right now you'll only see that there's 4. I forgot about one of them, but I go back and I add it in anyway. So now I am looking for a door. And I get this one from the vampire pack as well. I tried to stick with the stuff from each of the packs that the occults came from as much as possible. I don't do it for all of them, but definitely for the vampires, I felt like they had pretty good stuff going. So, and I kind of, when I thought of vampires, I was thinking like red and black. So I was kind of trying to stick to that thing with like a little bit of white in there. Sometimes I think purple as well, but I didn't end up putting purple in here. So I'm just looking at the different cribs that we got for infants, trying to figure out which one I think would fit well into this nursery. And I end up going with this one in the black and white. And then just looking through, I grabbed this. I know you could put mobiles on the cribs, but I kind of felt like this one was more fit for a vampire room. And then just looking through to see if there's any wall art that I want. And then I put windows in each of these, and I put them like everywhere because you never know where you're going to put a window and where you're not. So I just went ahead and put them in. If when you download this room, if you don't want a window in a certain place, just take it and the curtain out. It's no big deal. And all of these rooms will be available to download. My gallery ID is Thundera Shadow. And this vampire nursery ends up being 7,220 simoleons. And then you have all of the curtains there. I felt like those kind of went with the overall like glamour of the vampire stuff. So I just grabbed a changing table, and then I'm going to get a trash can. And I got this red one here. And then just looking at getting the other stuff that I thought it needed to be in there. So I grabbed this rug and then going to look and see about, I really wanted to put one of these playmats in for the infants, but they just didn't come in colors that I thought would work. And originally I put in this teddy bear that's the skeleton. It gets changed out for the bat because I did not see that one at first. But I do go back and change it out, and then I'm looking for a toy box. So I grab that one, which came with the new update, and here I'm changing out the bear for the bat. And then just looking through some of the other toys. Some of these toys are going to have bright colors. That's just the way it is. So I was trying to pick and choose where the bright colors were going to be. I didn't want them to be full on out, so I grabbed some blocks as well. And then I wanted there to be a place to sit and hold the infant, so I'm just going to grab the rocking chair from the Growing Together pack. Took me a little bit to find them. I kind of went past them because they don't really look like rocking chairs to me, but I ended up grabbing this in black. And then just going and looking for a bookshelf. I got the new one that came Can't remember if that came with the update or if that came with the pack. And then I just put in this rug that matches underneath the crib. And then just grabbing a rug for the little play area. And then just looking around to see what else I could add or have in here. Again, I really wanted to put one of these infant playmats in, but the colors just did not go with the vampire room. It's an easy fix though. If you want one, just go ahead and put one in. And I was actually very surprised when I went, because I went and made some infants in each of the occult forms. I was kind of surprised that the occults, for the most part, did not have as much of a difference as I expected there to be. And I grabbed this shelf as well. I expected there to be more of a difference and to be able to tell more of a difference with the different occults, but you really can't except for with the alien. Then I grabbed this shelf, and I believe that's from high school years, and I put some of the infant clutter that we got with the base game update on it. So just going to grab all of that here. And I ended up raising it up as well. So just putting all of that in. And then I grabbed one of these and put it over here. I just love it with the little stuffed animal. And I changed the color to have the pig. It felt like that was going to be the closest I was going to get to black and white and red. And then I just put that up there, and I deleted that one that I was using as a placeholder. And then just looking around, trying to figure out if there's anything else that is needed. I felt like maybe looking through the artwork and the wall hanging would bring something. So I went and I did find a couple of things. It's kind of, I found these pictures from the Vampires packs. Kind of seems creepy, but that's kind of the overall vibe that I get for vampires anyway. So it kind of worked for me. And then this is the little vampire infant that I ended up with. Just showing off the rocking here. And then moving on to the werewolf room. I did not use as much of the werewolf pack here as I probably could have. But a lot of the stuff in the werewolf pack is just kind of not made for a nursery, in my opinion. So, but this room ends up being 5,510 simoleons. And I just kind of wanted to go with sort of the same vibes, but I ended up with this door from Cottage Living, because all the doors for the werewolf pack, none of them really have any of them without windows, like no single ones. So I just went with this one. And then looking for something to go on the walls. I was going to try the wallpaper that we got with werewolves, but again, it just didn't give me the right vibes that I wanted, I guess I should say. I didn't want it to look so old and so run down looking, so I kind of went in a different direction. For a while, I was going to go with this brick. I do end up changing it. So just looking through the floors real fast. Trying to figure out which one I thought would fit best. And then I decided to go back to the walls because I just wasn't feeling it. I have this light floor. So I end up with this paint from, I want to say that's the Courtyard Oasis kit. So, and then I just put in some windows, and these are from the werewolf pack. And again, I put them everywhere because I don't know where it would go in the house. So I just kind of put it where I thought that a window could go. Wherever you don't need the windows, just go ahead and get rid of them. Then I'm putting up these tarps, which are meant to be curtains, and these are from the werewolf pack as well. And then just going to go and get a crib. I actually used this travel one for this bedroom because I figure maybe they want to take the baby and under the moonlight or something. And then this base game rug I was thinking about, but then it felt like it might have been a little too early to go ahead and commit to a certain rug. And then I was thinking this rug, since it has the moon and the stars, and we all know that werewolves change with the full moon, so I left it off to the side just to be able to use for later. And I went back to that base game rug and got the one with the mountains that has the orange and the purple and the pink. And then just looking at some wall art, I got these decals from the werewolf pack. The little moon, the wolf. Then over here I put the starry wolf up. And then I put the mountains with the moon. I just put the mountains over here. And then just looking to see if there's anything else. And just trying to figure out if there's anything in the wall art. Just looking at all these new decals and things that we had gotten. This is really my first time looking at a lot of the Growing Together stuff, so I was definitely looking to see what all it had. And then I found these from the werewolf pack. I put these two up. I end up putting this one over here in between these two windows, and then just moving that butterfly one there. And then back to the furniture. Going to go for figuring out what all I want and where. So just looking through the chairs, because again I wanted somewhere for the parent or sibling or whatever it is in your game to sit with the infant. So I grabbed this chair from Cats and Dogs, and then I ended up going with the werewolf chair. It doesn't really look all that comfortable, but I kind of figured that would probably be what they would have. And I get this bookshelf. And then just going back to grab some other stuff. Just looking through, trying to figure out which changing table to put in here. And I was thinking about this one, but I ended up going with the one that's colors actually match the playpen. And then just looking through, because I noticed that there was a couple of shelves that was free there. So I put some clutter down there. And then going to grab a trash can. I grabbed this one. And then going and grabbing some toys. I knew I wanted the little wolf and the sheep from Werewolf Pack. And then the best big stuffed animal I could grab was a dog. So I just kind of grabbed one that looked like it maybe could have been a wolf. So I went with this black one. And then just going to grab a couple of more toys. Just changing the color on that one. And then grabbing one of the koalas. And those two toys are from the new base game update. Although I don't know if you would consider it new anymore. Because it has been a little bit. And then putting in one of these infant mats. I went with the one with the swatch that has the bears. Because it kind of fit the colors that I had going on in this room with the orange and the yellow. And then just looking to see if there's anything else I add a toy box over here by the door. So then I ended up just moving the door and the picture and the bookshelf over, and then just looking around. And this room, I don't know why, but it kind of just felt empty once I got it done. But I had everything in there, like the vampire room, so I just went with it. I put this little rug over here with the moon, and that is from the newest base game update as well. And then just looking to see if there's anything else. I went to go and grab a shelf so I could put a little bit more clutter. And just looking through here, trying to figure out which one I felt like would work in this room. I went with this one, sort of industrial one. And then just going to go and grab a bit of clutter to put on here. I raised this up to put on the top shelf. And then here's the little werewolf infant playing in the playmat. And the next nursery that we are going to do is the spellcast room. And this is actually the occult I forgot about. I don't know why I forgot about the spellcasters, but yeah. So I grabbed this door from the Realm of Magic pack, and then just looking through some windows. This room ends up being 8,245 simoleons. So just trying to figure out about windows. And I just placed them where I thought that they would make some sense. And then going to change the color of them. At first I was going to match the green on the door, but then I decided to go with the brown instead. And I did get rid of a window. And then just looking at the flooring from the Realm of Magic pack. Just putting some down and then going and looking at wallpaper. Just looking through the different wallpaper that we got with Realm of Magic. And I end up going with this one in this green. And then I decided to change the floor to be a little lighter. And then going for some curtains. I end up moving the windows to fit in between there. And just moved all of them to match. And then just going back to looking for some curtains. And I end up on the ones from the paranormal pack. Because I've kind of felt like with the beads coming down, it just kind of made it feel magical. So just putting them all around now. And just having to adjust a couple of windows as well. And then going and looking at a crib. Somehow this room just ended up being a bit on the with a green palette. So and I grabbed that crib, and then just looking through to see about different wall decorations and things. And I did put that tree over there on that corner. Just looking through the different stuff. And I grabbed this shelf from Growing Together. I grabbed this mobile. Again, I know you can put it on the cribs, but I liked this one, and I did not really feel like going into live mode to put a crib or a mobile on the crib, so I just put one up there. Just looking at chairs, I grabbed this one from the Realm of Magic. Then going and looking at some bookshelves, I grabbed this one from the base game update. And then just looking around, I kind of wanted a bookshelf or a dresser or something over here to put some of that infant clutter on. So I'm just looking at that. And then I decided to go back and I grabbed this cloud rug over here. And I believe I go back and I changed the colors of that. So, and then I grab this fuzzy rug over here and I made it green. And then I'm just changing out this rug. And this one is from high school years. And then I go with one from Dream Home Decorator. And I change it to have the green because the green kind of was a little bit more of the color that the green that I had been using. And I grab a changing table. Or no, this is me grabbing a dresser, not a changing table. And then just looking through, I grabbed this one. And then I put some clutter up here. And I also put this clutter from the Growing Together pack that has the unicorn. Because I felt like this is a magical beings room. So they would possibly have seen or dealt with unicorns. Who knows? And I grabbed this changing table with that, and I put that trash can with it. And then just looking around, looking at the different stuff, thinking about what I can put in as far as wall art goes. I grabbed the pictures from the Realm of Magic, the one with the moons, and then the other three that has like the butterflies, the flowers, and the potions. And then just looking at putting in toys, I grabbed the Bigfoot, like big stuffed animal, then this little flying thing from high school years. Bigfoot is from the Little Campers. I put in a toy box over here. And I put in several other toys. I put in a little rug. I put in the playmat in the green frog swatch over there by the dresser. And then this is the little spellcaster infant doing tummy time. And then we are moving on to the mermaid room. This room ends up costing 9,428 simoleons. Just looking at the different doors right now. Again, I really wanted to go with the stuff from the pack, but I just didn't like the doors for this room. And I did not like the windows. So I just went with these windows from, I believe, Jungle Adventure. And I'd look around for a few others just to see if there's anything else that I would like. I end up going back to the Jungle Adventure ones. They just, to me, looked the best. Then looking through for flooring. And I end up going with was looking because I knew that we had quite a few floors with the Island Living pack, which is where the mermaids come from. I just didn't like any of them, really, so I just went with this one. I can't remember if it's from Island Living or not. And then as far as wallpaper goes, I go with... I was thinking about this one from Island Living, but I end up going with the blue ombre. I believe it's from Base Game. You'll see that here in just a moment. Yeah, right here. And then just looking at the different decals and things. And then the curtains, I end up going with these. And these are from the Island Living pack. But they don't stay this color. They go to this color right here with the white and then like the little stripe of blue. I like that better. I just was thinking when I started thinking about mermaid, I was thinking definitely had to be a lot of blue because mermaids swim in the ocean. So just going to grab a crib here, trying to figure out where to place it. I put it over here. And then looking for a chair. And I don't end up with this one. I end up with this rocker from the Growing Together pack. And then I put that ottoman beside it, and that's from Island Living. And then looking at the bookshelves. Just trying to figure out which one I feel like would work in here. I go with this one. Then going for some clutter. Just putting a few pieces out. And I grab this basket with all the toys. And then just looking, and I end up with, I can't remember if I end up putting this basket in as well or not. So, I end up going back to the vampire room and copying this one basket that has the toys. I do put the blue fox in. And I put this basket over here with the toys, and I changed the color of that. And then just looking at the other stuff, I knew I needed a changing table. So going to go and grab that. And then go and get a trash can. I end up with a blue one. And then I end up moving it over here because I wanted a bit more space for the play area. So I am just going and grabbing some of the play stuff. This infant play mat actually had a like under the sea swatch on it, so that was perfect for the mermaid baby. And then just grabbing a few other toys. And grabbing a toy box. Moving the blocks around. Just trying to figure out which toy box I felt like fit the best. And then putting in a blue Blarfy. Because apparently the infants, once they reach like certain milestones or get to a certain stage, they can play with the blocks and Blarfy and apparently dollhouses. I don't know. I haven't personally gotten there yet. I'm just putting out a few more toys. But I felt like that would be pretty cute. So. And I did change out the toy box to be the base game one. And then these decals were perfect. They are from the bathroom clutter kit. And they just worked so well in here. And then just putting out a few more, like the seaweed and the coral over here by the play space. And then just looking to see if there's anything else. And I really liked this height chart because it had like a lighthouse and some ocean animals and things on it. So I just put it over here and then moved the decals around a little bit. And then just going and looking for I knew that with Island Living we had the under the sea pictures. I didn't have hidden objects or live edit objects on at this point, so I just ended up grabbing this one from base game right here. And then we're just going to go and grab some rugs. And I just put out a few here. And then end up changing out a couple here and there. And then here's the Little Mermaid baby playing with the infant mat. And then we are onto our final nursery. This is the Alien Nursery. It ends up being 6,040 simoleons. And of course, I went with mostly green on this room just because that's kind of what I think of when I think of aliens. So, I got a Strangerville door, a Strangerville windows, and I know the aliens don't come with a Strangerville pack, but to me it kind of fits better. I can't remember what pack aliens come from. So just going through and looking at the curtains. And it took me a little bit to figure out which curtains I wanted to go with. I end up with these from Eco Lifestyle. I do not keep them in this color, even though this color to me would have been pretty good just because it kind of looks like sciencey. And that's sort of the vibe I get for aliens, but I do go back to the white. So, right here, this is the color that I end up with on all of the windows. And then going to grab flooring and wallpaper. And I was thinking about making the floor white, but I didn't. This floor is from the Paranormal pack. And then the wallpaper, it was a tough decision. I was trying to figure out what would look the best without going like neon green type. So I looked through several different options, as you are seeing right here. And I end up on this one. I believe it's from My Wedding Stories. I chose not to make the walls green. So, and then I go with this crib. And then just looking for different wall art and stuff. I end up going with this height chart because it shows the UFO and everything. And then I end up going on the gallery and downloading the puzzles. Somebody had them already on the gallery. So I put the mermaid puzzle over in the mermaid room. And these puzzles came from Once Upon a Simmer. But there's a bunch of people that have them. And I also ended up downloading the space prints, and those that came from Rhodes 55680. So I didn't feel like having to go and try and find all of that, so I just went and downloaded it from the gallery. And there's actually people who have done that with the microscope prints and a lot of the other stuff. So I'm just putting up the different puzzles and space prints into this room because there was a lot of puzzles that fit with the whole space and alien thing, and then the space prints just worked well as well. So just making some of them a bit smaller, and then getting rid of a few that I did not want. Just making sure that I had everything covered and everything that I wanted. And then I did delete those 2 walls and everything. And then just grabbing a changing table with a trash can. I go with this green one. I just moved the trash can to the other side and then move it along to the side here. That changing table again is from Growing Together. We did not get any with the base game update. And then just looking for a chair. I go with this green chair right here from high school years. And then just going for a bookshelf. This one is from the fitness pack. And then just going to put a bit of clutter on there and around it. I actually chose this bookshelf just because it kind of looks futuristic almost, and that kind of reminds me of Aliens. So just looking around, grabbing a few more bits of clutter. I grabbed that basket with the toys. I did not grab any of those like fox or wolf or bear or whatever they are baskets. Just looking through to see if there's anything else that I thought would fit in this room. And just grabbing this alien toy from Strangerville. Just looking through to see what else. I grabbed this rocket from the Growing Together pack. And then I grabbed this shelf for over here by the changing table. Also from the Growing Together pack. And then just looking through everything else. Trying to figure out what sort of toys I want here. I thought about adding a infant playmat, but I don't think I did. I put in this green dragon because that was kind of really the best I was going to get towards an alien. And then I just put a few toys around it, like the Tentacle Tom toy, and just a few of the infant toys that we got. Just putting in several different toys and things. I put in this little robot guy. Putting in the blocks. And then just going to put in some rugs. Again, if you want any of these nurseries, they will be available for download on my gallery. My ID is Thundera Shadow, just like my name right here. And we will see the little alien infant, which is the only one that actually you could tell that it's an occult as an infant. So I put that rug over there with the rocket ship and the planets. And then, like I said, I was actually very shocked about the alien infant being the only one that you could really tell was an occult. But yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.